Hello there, and welcome to another episode of our Final Fantasy XVI Let's Play. My name is SlytherinKnight, and I am so happy you could join me. So, in this episode, we're actually going to be doing something a little different. We're going to be continuing on with the main storyline of Things Fall Apart. The main reason for this is, I will admit, this is not the first time recording this sequence. I was planning out to do a, Notorious Marks episode, side quest and stuff like that. But I found I cannot go anywhere. I cannot go anywhere until we get to a certain point within the Things Fall Apart quest. It's pretty early on, and eventually they'll ask us to go to 3 separate locations to deal with problems that are happening there. But at least 2 of those, well, technically all 3 of them, result in side quests that we'd be picking up becoming undoable until we have finished the corresponding main quest line. So, in an attempt to just kind of get past that, we're gonna go through some of the main story. So I hope you guys can forgive me. We'll get to side quests and Notorious Marks as soon as possible, but that may be a few more episodes yet. But before we do any of that, let's go ahead and restock.
Clive, if you're gonna buy something, be quick about it.
Let's go ahead and restock our consumables.
It'd better all be here. You're rubbing me blind, you know.
And with the absorption of Bahamut, we now have a new sword we can make.
So what do I owe the honour? So will it be?
With Brightburn, it is a 5-point increase to both attack and stagger. I think it's worth it.
Should last you a good while.
Pretty cool, I think.
And?
Yeah, look at that. That's pretty cool looking, right? So that's what we got. Might as well.
Still alive, are you? If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it.
Might as well sell this off.
And be thankful you got that much.
And we have a few just gill producers over here. Yeah, gill bug.
You got out else?
Some black blood.
I reckon I can find a buyer.
A few coins.
You got out else?
There we go.
Finished, are you?
So that is that. That's the few things I wanted to take care of. So let's go ahead and go talk to Otto. Like I said, in a few minutes you'll see what I was talking about. We'll be asked, saying like, hey, there's issues going on in 3 different locations. So let's go ahead and check this out.
Are you making them skies then?
Otto, how fares the realm?
The realm? Oh, she's just fine. As long as you look past the fat storms out mother crystals and her skies are a roiling cesspit.
And Gav?
He's with your uncle in the Free Cities, helping Mid with her project. Sent an owl their way the moment the winds turned foul. Still waiting on a reply, though.
Do you have any good news?
Well, that depends on your definition of good.
All right, fine. What do you suggest we do?
Oh, no, I'm just a messenger. I leave the scheming to those more suited to the task. Could be that Lady Vivian and Old Tomes have their own thoughts on the current state of things. Could be that they don't. It certainly can't hurt to ask.
I suppose not.
Alright. So we're going to get a little lesson on the current affairs of things.
How is it that every one of your little excursions presages some inexplicable catastrophe? Not that you are to blame for the Dominion's fate. No one could have predicted the actions of the Crown Prince.
I'm sorry I couldn't save your home.
My countrymen are stronger than you think. A few toppled clock towers won't break their spirits. They'll be back on their feet in no time.
I hope so.
Look at us. Bluer than a pair of bog crabs. Tempting though it may be, sulking will not help us find a solution to this mess.
You believe there's one to be found?
I don't know. But I am certain we're more likely to find it if we first examine the facts.
Beneath these darkened skies, fear and confusion reign over Valisthea. Oh, the lands around the fallen Mother Crystals had already begun to wilt for want of ether. But not like this. Crystals that filled wells and fueled furnaces, now nothing but pretty shards of rock. And those that hang from the people's necks cast nary a glimmer of light to keep the dark at bay. It is only a matter of time before the common folk convince themselves that the end of days is upon us. Yet I fear a swift end is more than we can hope for. While most of the world thirsts for ether, the remainder drowns in it, spawning Akashic in droves. And amidst the hordes of mindless beasts, with magics as like to fail as function, even the strongest nation would falter. Rosaria and the Iron Kingdom teeter on the brink of collapse, while the tragedy in Twinside has all but paralyzed the Holy Empire. Dalmekia fares little better. Rumor has it the ministers fled the capital after the fall of Drake's Fang, leaving their beloved republic to crumble. Waloed, meanwhile, moves in earnest. The Einherjar has been sighted off-storm. The world, in short, is in chaos. It would seem our civilization was nothing but a castle of sand, to be washed away at the whim of the waves.
It's a bit bleak, don't you think?
A castle of sand.
Not my best flourish, but it seemed fitting. The reports I've received are considerably more blunt in their appraisal. Without the protection of their nations, it will fall to the people to defend themselves against those who would take what is theirs.
Which is only ever going to end one way.
Defending a farmhouse against a band of chocobo thieves is one thing, but pitchforks and palisades will do little to stall an army's advance. Should the King of Waloed deign to invade, there would be none to stop him.
None but us.
Yeah, that just doesn't sound very good, now does it? What do you think about it? Let's see what old Tomes has to say.
Is a storm coming, Sid?
Let me guess. You're here about the skies.
Is there anything you don't know, Lawsman?
It doesn't take a court astrologer to augur the obvious. As for what has disturbed the heavens, that, I believe, is a question the Fallen might be better placed to answer than I. And on the 6th day did the gods tear the sun from the firmament, visiting darkness upon their prideful sons and daughters. But I dare say you remember your childhood lessons on the sins of Zemeckis only too well.
You think they're connected? That Ultima was one of the gods responsible?
Well, he has certainly exhibited powers that we mortals would associate with the divine.
There is nothing divine about him.
But he wouldn't be the first god of whom that could be said, now would he? Yet for all the fairy tales that tell of the sins, there is almost nothing in the way of actual historical accounts. Had I the Journal of Moss the Chronicler, I may have been able to tell you more, but alas, I fear all remaining copies have been lost to time. You will forgive me, I hope.
Certainly not. because there is nothing to forgive. Even without this journal, you've provided us ample wisdom. And we will always be grateful for it. Perhaps Otto will be more inclined to share his thoughts when he hears what the others had to say.
Perhaps so. Let's see, I like seeing our level.
I was wondering when next you'd visit.
I like seeing our level with tomes going up.
I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before.
And we've done a fair bit, you know. Oh, we got a trophy for it.
A rather fascinating excerpt I've been meaning to show you.
Very cool. Not really much. I do apologize. I don't really take the time to show you guys this stuff because it really would just be a
If you have a question for me,
a time
I
sink.
should be happy to answer it.
I mean, it would just be a severe time sink, so...
The door to the shelves shall ever be open.
And I'm sure by the time this is coming out, most of you either have already seen a lot of what's happening, have played the game yourselves, you know, have read up the lore on the wiki, or what have you. I just don't really want to take the hours that it would take to comb through all of that.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
Okay.
Clive, we have a problem.
Only one. That would be a first.
It would. Actually, there are three. We had as many owls arrive while you were at the shelves. Martha's got a cashier at her gates, and talk of monsters roaming the hills outside of Northreach has put the wind up Isabel and her lot.
And don't forget Dalimil. Lubor says the village was raided by bandits.
When it rains...
It fucking pours. The curse breakers are spread thin, taking stock of the damage in the Dominion. And even if I could get word to all of them, I doubt they'd get here in time to make any real difference. Which means there's only two people who can.
Jill and I.
Let them know we're on our way.
And that's the point we get to. Basically, like, progress in certain quests is temporarily limited. So, yeah, there are that means there's a number of quests that we can't progress. Let's see.
Fancy a look at the list, do you?
And we have a number of them. This one is out in Sambrek for Great Justice. I'm sure that'll be... I wouldn't think that would be affected, but you never know. Nothing in Rosaria. Oh, well, it is going to tell me. That's nice. Okay, so it's none of these should be affected. Besides, use your loaf. Because it has to do with someone we have to talk to. Who I assume is probably affected by down the rabbit hole, so... I will admit I am trying to decide at this very moment if I want to just take up some quests, take them on.
Always something.
Because the other ones that are limited in here, I know of 3. At the reading table, there's 3 quests we can pick up. This one is not limited. Because I really, if I'm being completely honest, I really do want to do some quests, side quests, and some notorious marks, just because we've been doing a lot recently. There's a lot been going on recently. So, I think this is what we're gonna do. Well, first off, I'm gonna look over here real quick. Might as well look at the new notorious marks. Looks like we have a B rank in Dalmekia. That doesn't look too bad. An A rank. Ooh, 3 big boys. That's gonna be interesting. Quicksands of Rosaria. And another S rank. Oh, that's great. Okay, cool. Yeah, we won't be touching that for a little while. Same thing with this one. But anyway, so two new marks. We have an upgrade quest over here, which I did pick up in my earlier recordings, and it's something I can do. So, you know what? I think we're going to end this episode actually by doing this quest over here. Because all the other ones that you can get inside the hideaway require story progression. So, I think I am going to grab this.
That's it then. Here, Sid. Reckon you might be just the man to help me out of a bit of bother, if you've a mind to.
Let's hear it.
Well, it's about this alembic the chief's got me making. Lovely bit of kit it is. Bunging a solution you want splitting, and it will separate it out, just like that. Problem is, it won't always get rid of all the impurities. And with some of the stuff we need it for, that ain't good enough. Which is why I've been looking for something to filter the liquid we'll be cooking off. And that's where I was hoping you could help me out.
Sounds easy enough, and that's a fair bit of renown for this. So, yeah, why not?
I imagine Ty could get some use out of this alembic too. Distilling medicines and the like. Alright. Why not?
Proper job!
So what exactly do you need for this filter?
Nothing but bomb ash'll do, says the chief. Gave me a sample she'd obtained from the university stores. Couldn't believe my eyes. You pour the blackest blight water through it, and it comes out clear as a mountain stream. So, I did a bit of reading about where I might be able to get hold of some. And do you know what I found out? It's only the blimmin' bones of a bomb king. They leave them behind when they die, see?
I take it that's where I come in.
If you wouldn't mind. I saw a billet on the hunt board for one just the other day. Would have gone myself, but, well, fighting dirty great balls of flame ain't exactly my forte. You, on the other hand...
Alright. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you kindly. And good hunting, eh?
Yeah, we're going to take care of this. Usually, like I said, I would hold these off for an episode, but there wasn't much more I was willing to do for this episode, and we were only at 13 minutes. That just seemed cheap even to me. So let's go ahead and take care of Weird Science. It's an upgrade quest. It's directly beneficial to us, so we're going to do this. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do this. Shouldn't take too long, because it's just going to be combat against a notorious mark, essentially. Now, where are you? The Croc Sambrec. I think I have an idea of where that is. Let's check. Sambrec. Yes, those are all the areas we have to go to for things fall apart. Okay, so Sambrec. I don't remember right offhand. Yes, it's down this way. Yeah, I will admit I have looked at a fully discovered map before. It's like, it's in this area, and then like up here is where the Croc is. So our best bet, yeah, is going to the Dragon's Aria, heading down south, going up there, and then taking the first left. So yeah, let's go ahead and take care of this. Oh yeah, as you can tell, there's going to be a lot more dangerous creatures out because of what is going on. Yeah, the skies do that. We have that's a decently dangerous creature to fight. Dragons flying everywhere, because we're in Sambrec. That's a good amount of experience, though.
Farewell.
Oh, what the? I was not expecting this. Like I said, that is some good experience. That's some decent experience when you really think about it. This is actually the one we were supposed to fight.
Well.
Okay. South we go. Oh, what the? Hello. Man, 100 experience for each one we take down. That is, like I said, that's pretty good. It's through here. Okay. This was originally, I think, blocked off by gates. Yeah, there it is. Alright. This is the Imperial Chase. This is a new area for us. Heaven Hall, we'll check that out. And there is the Croc. We'll check out Heaven Hall first. Just because it is a marked location. I'm just curious to see what's there. Looks like something we may go to eventually. Because this looks like a combat arena that we're heading up to. Gotta go, is it? Yeah, it's up that way. Something definitely spawns here, but nothing yet. It's always disconcerting. You go to an area that is clearly a place for a fight, and nothing is here. It's always like, what is supposed to be here? What am I missing? And I assume I'll come back here at some point. Alright. Continuing on. Okay. Fallen Ruins, check. Bomb King, probably right there. Hello, friend. Oh, that's just creepy. Easy enough.
Look what we have here. Greetings, Your Majesty.
Oh, come on, I got out of that. Oh, come on. Oh, okay. Watch out, watch out.
Well done.
Okay, sure.
over.
I was hoping I could kill that before it got that off, but we got close. Not bad, not bad. Got some bomb ember, nice.
Your reign is over. Now to collect the ash. I should... This looks like the stuff. Let's see if there's any more.
There we go.
That should do it. If a wine needs more than this, he can fetch it himself.
Yes, I agree. Okay, back to the hideaway. Back to hideaway, turn this in. See what we get for it, I'm curious. As always. And then we'll wrap things up.
All this fuss over a few dark clouds. You'd think.
All right there, Sid? How's that hunt for the bomb ash going?
I have it here.
That's the stuff. And plenty of it, too. Enough to keep the alembic bubbling away for a good old while. You're a gent, Sid. Let nothing say otherwise. Right then. Let's get this contraption up and running.
I'm curious to see what our bonus is going to be. Probably have to do with increasing efficiency of our potions, is what I would assume.
There we have it.
Nice.
Telemon alembic. And it works just like the chief said it would.
Very impressive.
Says the man who cut down a burning boulder. Speaking of which, I still haven't returned the favor.
There's no need. The good it will do for the hideaway is reward enough.
Don't be silly. Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours? The one you keep your potions in.
Wait, seriously?
Reckon I could work some magic on that.
What kind of magic?
Well, we happen to have isolated a substance in our test run of the alembic that I reckon will make even the toughest leather supple as anything. Thought we might use it to breathe new life into old boots and the like. Save the hideaway a few gil. But I reckon if we slap a bit on your bag, it'll loosen it up enough for you to squeeze in a bottle or two more.
Well, it can't hurt to try, I suppose.
That's the spirit. Leave it with me. I'll only be a mo.
So he get increased potion capacity. Very cool.
Well, what do you reckon?
It certainly feels more flexible.
Right? Told you.
Thank you. I think.
No. Thank you for supporting Mid and the rest of us in our endeavors. Without you, we'd never have been able to discover wonders like that stuff I rubbed on your bag. And I'm telling you, there's plenty more where that came from.
Okay. I mean, we'll take it. Without a doubt, we'll take it. Treated potion satchel. Okay, for increasing consumable inventory capacity. Very cool. Nice. I wonder how much that boosted this by, though. Oh, okay. Potions went to 6. High potions went to 4. Strength went to 3. Stone skin went to 3. Cool. That's not too bad. So a single bonus to most everything except potions, which was a double. I'll definitely take it. Can always use more potions.
All this fuss over a few.
So that, I believe... Yeah, that's all we're going to do today. There's just one or two things I want to check before we wrap things up. I don't think our renown is high enough to get a new reward, but... I mean, it's not going to hurt walking by there, now is it? Nope, we did not get anything new. That's fine. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. In the next episode,
Clive!
I'm going to go ahead
Here you go.
and take on the quests that do not have a block on them. So that means, get cart, onward to discovery, bearer of good news, live and let live, and for great justice. We're going to get as far as we can into them, because you never know, they might have us going someplace, especially the Dalmekian ones, might have us going someplace where we can't, or they might need us to talk to someone that we can't. So we'll see. But like I said, we'll go as far as we can with these 4 and this one, and we'll even take on some
Always something in there.
couple notorious marks while we're at it. But I do believe we're going to wrap things up here. There are a couple quests in here, Blacksmith Blues 2, Payback, and a Bone to Pick. But both Blacksmith Blues 2 and Payback are quests that we cannot do, because they require us to talk to Martha and Isabella. Oh, that's for Payback, and then Blacksmith Blues needs us to talk to Lobo. Whatever his name is. So yeah. A Bone to Pick? I might grab that one at the end of everything. Once we finish up what we're doing in the next episode, I might grab a Bone to Pick, see if we can do all of it. But anyway, like I was saying, we are going to wrap it up here. So if you enjoyed this episode, which I sincerely hope you did, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button down below and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date for whenever new content is posted. And do not forget to let me know your thoughts about this episode in the comment section down below. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you all next time.